Today, we are covering the 6 absolute essential device categories you need to start your smart home the right way, plus a bonus upgrade that solves the biggest headache in smart lighting. As a reminder, we are building a fast, private, and reliable home. That means we are prioritizing local-only protocols, specifically Zigbee, Z-Wave, Matter, and Thread. If you're not sure which of those protocols is right for you, or you missed our deep dive into how they work, hit the pause button and check out episode 2 of the series. But if your network map is already drawn, let's get right to the hardware. If you're starting a smart home from scratch, you do not start with battery-powered sensors or a smart light bulb. You start right here, with smart plugs. Before we look at the exact hardware, here are 2 automations you can do with them right out the box. The retrofit device upgrade. Plug a standard floor lamp or cheap coffee maker into a smart plug, and you'll be able to easily tie them into your morning wake-up routine. The appliance monitor. Because many of these plugs monitor real-time energy usage, you can tell Home Assistant if the washing machine drops below 2 watts for 5 minutes, send an alert to my phone that the laundry is done. But the secret reason you buy these first is that they are plugged directly into power. On a Zigbee, Z-Wave, or Thread network, most smart plug devices act as a repeater. A repeater allows for you to stretch your mesh network all over your house, so you have great coverage in every nook and cranny of your home. When picking your hardware, you'll also want to consider devices that include real-time energy monitoring. If you're building a Zigbee network, the Third Reality Smart Plug is an awesome pick. It acts as a Zigbee network router, supports a full 15-amp load for heavy appliances, and includes energy tracking. If you want the Z-Wave route, the Zoo Zen 04 is incredible. This tiny plug packs the newest 800 series chip, meaning it supports Z-Wave long range, and includes full energy tracking and supports 15-amp loads. But if you have several devices you want to plug into one outlet, take a look at the Zoo Zen 20 Smart Power Strip. It gives you 5 individually controlled outlets that each report their own energy usage independently. It even has 2 USB ports that report their status to Home Assistant, so you can trigger an automation the second your tablet finishes charging. If you're building out your Thread network, the Matter over Thread Eve Energy Smart Plug is one to take a look at. It acts as a thread router to build your mesh, and gives you energy tracking without ever forcing you to create a cloud account. And if you want to use Matter but don't have a Thread network, make sure to take a look into the TP-Link Kessa Smart Plug. It'll utilize your Wi-Fi network to connect to Home Assistant and supports loads up to 15 amps, as well as energy monitoring just like the other smart plugs we covered. Just keep in mind that Matter over Wi-Fi devices will not act as repeaters and cannot extend your network. Now that your mesh backbone is established, it's time to move to the perimeter. Contact sensors are your most reliable way to know exactly what is happening at the edge of your home. Before we take a look at specific hardware, here are 3 automations you can build as soon as you get them set up. First up, the Energy Saver. With contact sensors on your windows and doors, you can have Home Assistant automatically turn off your heater or AC if something is left open for too long, helping you save money. The Invisible Switch. You can mount a sensor on your pantry or closet door so that the light turns on the second you open it, and it'll shut off immediately once you close it. This was actually one of my first automations and still one of my favorites to this day. Lastly, the Security Tripwire. Attach a sensor to a medicine cabinet or any other type of area you have special restrictions on, and have Home Assistant send an alert to your phone if it's opened while you're away. For a Zigbee network, the standard car, door, and window sensor is a great choice. It is incredibly cheap, responds in milliseconds, and the battery lasts a long time. Not to mention they are super tiny. If you are running Z-Wave, the Zoo's ZSE41 open-close contact sensor is fantastic. It uses the newer 800 series chip, meaning it supports Z-Wave long range, and it is ultra slim. They even sell an optional waterproof outdoor case for it, which is perfect if you want to monitor an exterior yard gate without the sensor failing in the elements. And if you're looking for Matter over Thread, you have 2 great paths. The Aqara P2 sensor natively supports Thread and actually includes a built-in tamper alarm, so you know if someone has tried to physically move or remove the sensor. Alternatively, the Eve door and window sensor is a premium, high-quality Thread option that guarantees 100% local tracking without forcing you to create a cloud account. If you're wondering where the Matter over Wi-Fi recommendation is, unfortunately, you won't find one for most battery-powered devices, as the Wi-Fi radio uses far too much power to be a real option if not plugged in. Next up are motion sensors. Before we take a look at the hardware, here are 2 automations you'll be able to build. First up, the hands-free helper. Place one in a laundry room, hallway, or walk-in closet. When you walk in with your hands full, the lights instantly turn on and automatically shut off 3 minutes after you leave. And of course, the occupancy energy saver. If you have a guest room or home office, use a motion sensor to detect if a room is empty. If no motion is detected for 30 minutes, you can automatically turn off the light. If you're running Zigbee, I highly recommend taking a look at the Third Reality PIR sensor, or the AOTech motion sensor. They are both very responsive, with the Third Reality sensor utilizing 2 AAA batteries, and the AOTech using 1 CR2 battery. For Z-Wave, the Zoo's ZSE18 is one to take a look at if you want just motion sensing. It has a magnetic base, so you can angle it perfectly in a corner of a room, and you can even power it via micro USB if you don't want to use a battery. A hidden feature of the ZSE18 is that it will actually act as a Z-Wave repeater when using USB power. For Matter over Thread users, look at the Eve motion sensor. It is completely cloud-free, acts as a native Thread device, and it even has an IP65 water resistance rating, making it perfect for automating your outdoor porch lights. The fourth device type is smart buttons. The biggest problem with any smart home is the family acceptance factor. If your spouse, kids, or guests have to pull out their phone or ask a voice assistant just to turn on a lamp, they're going to get very annoyed. A great Zigbee option is the AOTech button. It's low profile, has a very tactile button, and supports single press, double press, and even held button states within Home Assistant. I also recommend taking a look at the Third Reality Zigbee Smart Button if you're looking to save a few dollars and don't mind the larger size. They do utilize 2 AAA batteries, which is nice, and there are a few fun color options to pick from as well. If you're looking for a Z-Wave option, check out the Zoo Zen 34 or Zen 37 remote switch. They are essentially a remote control that looks and feels like a standard light switch. You can mount it anywhere without needing any wiring, and it can trigger multiple scenes based on single, double, and triple taps. The Zen 37 has 2 extra buttons on it, allowing for even more automation triggers, which I really like. And if you're looking for Matter over Thread, I can't really make any suggestions at this time. There are a few out there, but I've never heard of the companies that make them. So unfortunately, I'm not comfortable even making a recommendation on a device to look into. If you do have some suggestions for Matter over Thread buttons, make sure to leave them in the comments below. Next on the list is smart lighting. Smart light bulbs are often the first thing people want to buy because it provides that immediate visual reward. Before we get into hardware though, here are 2 automations that will change how you use your home. Have Home Assistant automatically adjust the color temperature of your bulbs. Cool white during the day to help you focus, and warm amber in the evening to help you wind down. There's also the all-off routine. Add a simple automation so that when you arm your alarm or leave the house, every single light in the home turns off automatically. There's one huge pitfall when it comes to smart bulbs. If you put them on a lamp and someone flips the physical switch on the wall, the smart bulb goes offline and your automations break. That's why I always recommend starting with smart switches if you can. For Zigbee, you can't go wrong with Third Reality. They are fairly priced and are actually Zigbee repeaters. Just make sure you protect the actual power going to the bulbs. If you want Matter over Thread, the options are very limited, but the Aqara T2 bulb line seems to be very promising. Take note that the bulb is actually able to support Zigbee or Thread, which is pretty neat. For a Matter over Wi-Fi option, the Lincoln smart bulbs I've been testing have been working fine. If you thought I skipped over Z-Wave, it's because there aren't any readily available bulbs that are Z-Wave. This next sensor is the most boring device on the list, but it is effectively your smart home insurance policy: leak sensors. You hope you never need it, but when you do, it pays for itself 1,000 times over. Here are 2 critical automations you can set up with them. First up, the Instant Alert. Place these under every sink, near your water heater, and behind your washing machine. If even a drop of water hits the sensor, Home Assistant sends a critical alert to your phone, even if you have Do Not Disturb mode on. The second one is the local sensor. Because these devices are local, you can have Home Assistant trigger a physical siren in the hallway the moment a leak is detected, ensuring you know there's a problem even if the internet is down. For Z-Wave, the Zoo's ZES42 is the gold standard. It is an 800 series device. It's tiny and it has a great battery life. If you want a sensor with an external probe, the AOTech Sensor Pro is a great option as well. For Zigbee networks, the Third Reality water leak sensor is a good option. It uses standard AAA batteries and has a built-in, very loud alarm. If you're looking for a different form factor leak sensor, AOTech also makes a Zigbee sensor that has contacts on the top and bottom, allowing for the possibility to catch leaks a little faster. When it comes to Matter over Thread, take a look at the Eve Water Guard. Unlike the others, this is a plug-in device with a long sensing cable. You can lay the cable along the baseboard or floor, and it alerts you to water anywhere along the path, which is much more effective than a single puck sensor. The cable itself can be extended, which is nice. Just keep in mind the price of this sensor is a bit more compared to others. Finally, it's time to talk about our bonus device. If you want a truly professional smart home, stop buying smart bulbs and start replacing your dumb wall switches with smart ones. While installing smart switches is going to be more involved compared to just swapping out a bulb or plugging in a switch, the added benefits make the extra effort worthwhile. Smart switches eliminate the concerns of power being turned off to a smart bulb and often adds the ability to add automation control via button presses right within the smart switch, essentially combining smart bulbs and smart buttons in one device. For Zigbee, the Innovelli Blue Series is, in my opinion, the best smart switch on the market currently. It has a beautiful LED light bar that you can program to change colors based on what your home is doing, like glowing red if the front door is unlocked. They also have a model that has a built-in mmWave sensor, which is pretty neat. If you're looking for a Z-Wave option, check out the Zoo Zen 70 and 30 series. They offer that same hardwired reliability, and just like our smart plugs, they act as strong mesh repeaters, keeping your entire Z-Wave network healthy. Zeus has several different options, from regular on-off switches to full scene controllers that contain an on-off switch for a wired load and 4 additional buttons that can be used to run automations. For a Matter over Thread option, make sure to check out the Innovelli White series. They have dimmer, on-off, and smart fan switches available and come in a wide range of colors. If you're looking for a Matter over Wi-Fi option, TP-Link has Tapo Matter switches, and so does Leviton, which are worth checking out. And there you have it, the 6 essential device categories you need to build a rock-solid, local, and lightning-fast smart home foundation. I've placed links to all of the exact hardware recommendations down in the description below to save you the guesswork. I'd love to know your recommendations for any of the device types we've covered as well, so make sure to let me know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next steps in our Getting to Know Home Assistant series. Thank you for watching, and as always, happy automating.